speaking of Pixar and their lovely sequels, we'll go on to some comments made by Pete Doctor. I'm not 100% sure on who he is within the Pixar industry. Is he the CEO?
I don't know about the CEO, but he's a massive figure within Pixar. Yeah,
it's quite a big one.
He is CEO. Sorry.
Yeah, he says that there are going to be more Pixar sequels after Toy Story 5 and Inside Out, and pretty much all of the films that's happened before are fair game. So pretty much he's not ruling out that we're not going to get, there's going to be more sequels for these iconic things, we might get a Ratatouille 2, we might get a Brave 2, hell, we might even get a Cars fucking 4.
Great.
What are your thoughts on this? And if you had to pick one film that had to get a sequel from Pixar that hasn't had a sequel before, which one would you pick?
Oh, I like that question. I'll target that a little bit later. So what was your first question?
I can't remember.
Can't remember. No.
I think I can't even remember. Oh, I think it's more along the lines of, what do you think of, like
the comments and
the comments,
or the sequels coming in terms of the original content?
Yeah.
I think it's not a bad decision financially, and from a business perspective, it makes sense. Like, they are going to make more money. I mean, Finding Dory made way too much money for the quality of the film. Monsters University made too much money for the quality of the film. Obviously, the Toy Stories make money. Incredibles 2 made a fuck ton of money.
That was still good, though. Not as good as the first, but it was still a decent, watchable film.
Not for me. I do not like that movie.
Don't you?
I had a very bad experience watching the movie. That
aside,
I tried to rewatch it recently, like 4 weeks ago when I had glandular fever, and I couldn't finish it. It was that bad. It's not enjoyable.
I think it's PTSD for you.
Pardon?
I think it's PTSD for you.
No, it's really not a good movie. Right. Yeah, very bad direction for the thing to go. That's just my opinion. But yeah. So the sequels, I get it, but you really, really need to have a good idea. Yeah, it needs to be a natural progression to things. It cannot be forced. Incredibles 2 is forced. 100% it's forced. It had a reason for it to be a sequel, and everyone kept demanding it because of the way it ended.
Yeah.
But you look at the plot, and it's like, oh, okay, this is forced. Like, they don't know what they're doing. It's not tangible. The events, it doesn't really make sense. It's really just forced. The complete character change. They change immediately from the first film, even though it takes place like minutes after.
Yeah.
They're completely different. Finding Dory, that's kind of like that wasn't a prequel, it was a sequel, but like focused on a different character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just focusing on the fan favorite.
It's not an indirect sequel. It's like a spin-off.
Yeah, but sequel-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from a quality standpoint, as terms of the track record, yeah, Pixar doesn't have a good track record when it comes to their sequels.
Unless it's Toy Story.
Yeah, and they've been amazing. Let's not forget that. Don't forget Cars 2 is a monstrosity. Like, that movie's... I tried to watch it on the plane on our trip, man, and that was horrible.
Oh, yes, I remember you saying this, and obviously me being me on planes, I just fall aslepe.
So I had the F1 car in it. I'm like, yo, this is going to be hype now. And I still couldn't finish it. It was just... The way it turned into a spy movie, like, I don't know.
And Mater was a spy. Yeah, it's just... It's a dog box for another day. And we'll do a Pixar podcast.
They think he's a genius, and he's just Mater. Anyway, the Cars one is goated. If Cars did a sequel, I don't think I'd be surprised at all. But I think there are some Pixar movies that can have a sequel and be fine. I think Soul, but with someone else.
So another person.
Yeah, so the same concept, different characters.
So they die in pretty much the same story, or?
Yeah, but a more complex kind of issue with them and how they feel about their existence. You could do that about anyone. Inside Out, but
it's already getting that though.
It is. I know it's getting a sequel. You can do that, but you really need to change the dynamic, not of just the character, but the emotions inside it. I think doing it for an adult or perhaps even an elderly person.
Maybe is it? Maybe is Inside Out 2 about Riley as an adult or a teenager and her emotions in that?
I think she's a teenager. Yeah, I don't like that. I want to be a different person. I want these things to be sequels, but not sequels. You know what I'm talking about?
Spin-offs.
Yeah, in a
like
sense.
Finding Dory, but better.
But better, yeah. Do it about something that's got like more than those 5 emotions. Like, I know emotions in terms of the theories behind emotions. There's various different theories on how many we actually have. There's obviously the 5 that we saw in Inside Out, but there's ones that have like 32. And it's all these like different, really nuanced kind of things. So perhaps incorporating, theories of emotions inside these movies where there's 32 of them operating.
That'll be insane.
And that, like, or you could do the one where there's 8, or I think there's one that says like 10. Stuff like that. It could be really interesting stuff.
I wonder if they could go into they could go, you know how you do those tests and you like your little personality types, the ITJ, whatever.
Yeah.
That could probably be
you could do a personalities one.
Personality one?
Yeah, that could be interesting. I'd like that actually. That's like a spin-off, like a pure spin-off where it's like not direct, but like it's very distant, but
similar.
The same. Yeah. Incredibles 3. I think it can work. I just think the second one was bad. Like, revert back to what made the first one work, the family dynamics there. Like, you don't need Mr. Incredible or Elastigirl taking the lead. Just have the family be the lead and have it in the future. Perhaps go.
So the kids are older?
Yeah. Jack's the child who he has control of his powers now. And, both Dash and Violet are young adults. And Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl, they're getting a bit too old. They're not as good as they once were. Violet and Dash have to feel that responsibility to kind of look after both sides. What's his name? Jack
and the parents.
And the parents, yeah. That could be really interesting. I just don't want Brad Bird touching that. But imagine something like Ratatouille 2.
Your boy.
My boy, or Up to.
That'd be interesting. So it'll be...
That's one that I don't think could work. None of those 2 could work. Could you find a reason for Up to or Ratatouille 2?
Unless it's about Russell as an adult, and obviously Carl has passed away.
Oh, no.
I think that is the only way it could work.
Oh, and he's buried next to Ellie.
I think that's the only way it could work. Ratatouille 2... I think that's a one-hit wonder, you can't touch that again. It'll be great. I mean, you could do like you could do it like, take a page out of Everything Everywhere All at Once and have like a raccoon in there or something. Like, it doesn't have to be a rat. It can be like another fucking animal. Just like have a fucking bear underneath a hat, rodent, we'll say rodent or smaller creature. But yeah, I think Ratatouille is a one-hit wonder, it's...
All right, Here's another thing. Before we move on, Monsters Inc., but the little girl, I forgot her name. Boo is now an adult.
Yeah, I'd like that.
You'd like that?
I'd like that. I do enjoy Monsters Inc. It's probably one of my favorite Pixar films. I was a bit disappointed how they went into a prequel rather than a sequel.
Yeah, so it's say that Boo is an adult and they're scaring her daughter or making her laugh because of the ending of the thing.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting concept, and obviously Boo she's obviously grown up, it's matured, so she sort of doubts these monsters sort of thing, whatnot, she got older, she forgot about Mike and Sully.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Could work.
I want A Bug's Life 2. I know it's a fucking dumb one, but I just want A Bug's Life 2. It was the first Pixar movie, and
it was the second Pixar movie.
Was it? Oh, yeah,
Toy Story, yeah.
So it was the second Pixar movie, and I think it's one that's very underrated. It is
100%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so underrated.
Like, it's a fantastic film.
It's so good.
I want a fucking sequel, like, it doesn't have to be about grasshoppers, it can be about fucking birds trying to attack these ants, It doesn't even have to be about Flick or whatnot. Actually, no, it can be about Flick, because he can fucking have a family with a little princess thing, like, Bugs Life 2. That's where the money is.
Very passionate about this.
Yeah, bro. Bugs Life is GOAT. We all know it.
Before we move on, there's one more that I don't think we covered. I think we covered nearly all the Pixar movies. WALL-E 2. Now,
I did think about that.
Now, WALL-E represents something that feels like a future that's inevitable.
Yeah.
You know, just the way humans are progressing, getting lazier, relying on technology more. The earth is dying, environmental troubles, all this kind of stuff that we keep hearing. If WALL-E 2 could play with more of what the future looks like on a technology space kind of front.
It's like AI.
It could be AI, or it obviously has to progress what the first one did, because they come back and they, start the planet again. Would you like to see that continuation on how they did it, or would you like more of a spin-off or prequel to how they the humans got to that level? How would you, if they had to progress it?
I don't want a prequel.
So you're rather a sequel for it?
Sequel, yeah.
Of them bringing the planet back to the green and all that kind of stuff?
Into the green, and then saying, so, it doesn't have to be this, but something like AI somewhat taking over and pretty much destroying it, but from a different level. You know how humans destroyed the Earth in the first one?
Yep.
It's AI destroying the Earth for all.
They're trying to make humans leave again or something like that.
Leave again, or they're just destroying the resources for their own game. Don't know how, because they're AI, but fuck, Pixar will make it work.
ChatGPT will do it, bro.
ChatGPT and Bing, whatever the fuck it is, they're the big bad. They're the big bads in this one.
What about Bard?
The fuck is that?
That's Google's AI. Or the Snapchat AI. Don't forget about that one.
He's the comedic relief.
He really is.
He's the comedic relief.
I was on my iPhone the other day, and there was a recording of one of our recordings for our podcast, and I went to click the share to save it to my files, and it said I could send it to the Snapchat AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what point? Why would I ever send it to the Snapchat AI? It can't open it. It can't access it. It's Snapchat for one. And it's a voice recording. What could that possibly be used for? So yeah, Snapchat AI, comedic relief.
Did you do it?
No, I actually might, because I actually want to see what it does. But yeah, that's so good. The Snapchat AI is comedic relief.
All right. Well, we'll leave the future to Pixar. And
this was a fun one. I actually,
it was good. It was a really good one. We could do a whole fucking podcast on this shit.
We could. We should do
All right. That's us on Let's Be Real. Anyway.